Hey y'all, I'm washing dishes, and the sound you hear behind me is the sound of the kettle boiling, because my dishwater has gotten cold and I don't have any hot running water. So, I'm over here, turn that down to low, because I'm having to keep the kettle on all the time, because if I want hot water, I either do this or I heat something in the microwave. I've been known to put a washcloth in the microwave and heat it up for a minute to bathe. So here we go. Pour some more hot water in here. That water was getting cold. Let me see how this is feeling. Okay, that's hot enough for right now. I'm not putting a whole lot of water in the sink because it's going to take more hot water to heat it up if I do. So I'm just putting a little bit. I've got my dishpan here. And what's happened is I have been without, my hot water heater went out at least 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And I've had the repairman from the gas company, from the propane company out to work on it. And they've gotten it lit both times, and within just a couple of hours, the pilot light has gone out again. So the last time, the man said, that's all we can do. And he cleaned it and got it going. Talked to the company, talked to the propane company, and the man said, that's all we can do. We can't do any more. There's a malfunction in your tank. You're going to have to order a part. But we can't order the part. You're going to have to order the part yourself. If you get the parts, we'll put it in for you. So I have looked up the number, got the telephone number to call, the product number, the serial number, all of that stuff, and given it to my landlord. And now it's in her hands. So she's going to call the company and order the part for me, and I'm just waiting. So now for almost 3 weeks, well, I didn't call her until last week, so that's okay. I'm not complaining about anything that she's doing, because I'm sure she's doing what she needs to be. Trust her to do that. But the thing is this is how I'm washing dishes, and it's not a big deal really. You know, when I realized that this is what it would be like living off grid. If you didn't have any hot running water, this is how you would wash your dishes. You would have, if you had running water at all, you would have cold water coming in, and you would have to heat a pot on your stove to get the hot water to go in it to make it the right temperature to wash your dishes. And some of these things I've discovered I can wash in cold water if they don't have any grease on them. If I haven't had anything fatty that I'm eating on that, I can wash it with just dishwashing liquid and cold water, and it's fine. But if I've had anything, a meat, or like last night I had an omelet. Of course, the omelet had a little bit of butter in it. So some of the dishes the dishwater then becomes a little bit greasy. It has to use hot water to get the things clean. So in that case, what I usually do is I wash the plastic stuff first. Here we go. You saw me wash a couple of bowls, but that's okay. Wash the plastic things first, because for some reason they're just harder to get the oil off. But then there's someplace in here that's the bottom of that. I don't know. I don't see it. That was the dish. Oh, I've already washed that dish. That was the dish from the deli. So here's just a little plate. And I always wash my silverware last. But yeah, this is what it would be like living. Well, of course, I'm not totally off grid. I do have electricity. I do have running water. I have my propane, so I can cook. But I don't have heated water unless I heat it myself. It's been a little problematic taking a shower and taking a bath. I'm not going to take a cold shower. I'm not going to take a cold bath. But I have discovered that I can heat water on the stove, use a bucket, or I can put a wet washcloth in the microwave, and I can heat that for a minute, and that's okay. I'm taking sponge baths, and it works. I've discovered that I can stand in my tub. I can run a few inches of water in my tub, and I can stand in the cold water, and I can tolerate washing with the washcloth with the cold water. I just can't sit down in it. So that's working. So I'm not dirty. No, washing my hair is another thing. It's really hard to wash my hair. So for any of you who have this problem, it's really not this bad. If you're thinking about going off grid, it's not that bad. It's not a big deal. As far as washing dishes, it's really not a big deal. People did this for years and years and years and years and years. They didn't have any other way to do it but what I'm doing right now. So you shouldn't be complaining. Just taking a little short hiatus from the hot water, and it'll be back on before I know it. In the meantime, I'm getting a taste of what it would be like to be living off grid. It's not that bad. I don't know what it would be like if I had to, if I had a wood burning stove and I had to light the stove in order to get the hot water. Now that would be something else. And kerosene lanterns and that kind of stuff. But you do what you tolerate it, and you adapt. And that's what I'm doing right now. I have just adapted. And before I know it, my water's going to be back on. And we've been talking about this, and I've just about got this. If I hadn't been talking to you, these would have already been washed. Not a big deal at all. So I'm going to go to where I have to have just a few. Here's my good knife. I've wondered where that was. I need to sharpen that knife again. One of my favorite knives. TJ Maxx. You never know what you're going to find at TJ Maxx. Or Marshalls or stores like that. Steinmart. But I got a really, really nice knife. Sharp knife. Cut myself with it many times. So I'm down to my silverware. I see a little measuring cup that I need to do. Here's one of these. Looks like I've had plants in it. It's just the right size. You have to be real careful washing it because this stuff on the writing on the outside of it will wash off. But it's just a little, like it'll even smaller than a juice glass. I don't know if you can see it or not. And it measures in ounces on this side, like up to 2.5 ounces on this side. In milliliters, 75 milliliters, 15 teaspoons. So it shows you tablespoons and teaspoons. There's tablespoons there, teaspoons over here. Really cool. I like this a whole lot. If you've got something that calls for 2 tablespoons or something, this is a lot easier to measure in, because there's my 2 tablespoon measure right there on it. I like this. I got this at Fred's. You never know what you're going to find at the dollar store. I had cheese last night. This is my cheese cutter. Put that back down in there. What I'm going to do is just wash all of these one at a time. Put them back down in the water. That's everything. So, the lid. And here's something else over here. Another lid. And a toothbrush. We all have those in our kitchen. Clean around the sink. And that's it. So I'm done washing dishes. Need to. I'm not going to dump out this dishwater yet. Oh yes, I am. No, I see one more glass that needs to be washed, and something else that needs to be washed over there too. So my water's getting cold again. There's a little glass that needs to be washed, and this, my food processor. So there's the food processor blade. I forgot what I made in it. I made some pie crust. So I just need to wash this. The water's just warm. I'm going to get some more hotter water. Let me get some more water in it. Yeah, that's a lot better. This toothbrush will help you wash this right around the edges on this blade. It's hard to wash that off right in there. And that blade's sharp too, so I'm going to wash it with the toothbrush. Flip it over on this side. Do the same thing. That's good. Okay. And I'm going to use this microcloth or micro sponge, microfiber, to wash this on there. That's a little greasy. And this thing does really well. This is just discolored from use for several years. I've had this more than 10 years. It's still good, still sharp. This is off. Glass. Now see, one more thing over there that needs to be washed too. This is a little sour cream container. I'm sure we all use these to store things. I don't buy plastic containers at the store, but I will reuse these. They're good to store things in the refrigerator. Now this last thing, and I'll be done. Do you knit or crochet? If you do, let me show you this washcloth. When I'm done, I'll show you the washcloth that I'm using. Because this is the one that I knit several years ago. And it's cute. I like it. So, I'll show the bottom of this. Right there. I'm going to let the water run in it for just a little bit. Dump this out, and then I'll show you my washcloth. Put this pan out of the way. Put some water on this. Rinse it out. It's getting looks like one of the threads is broken out on the side, but that's okay. I can fix that. Doesn't matter. Wring it out. Down in the sink. Let me see which side is better. Let me put it down there. I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can see the design. Now, can you see the design? These bumps on here. This is knit. So this is the purl side. This is the knit side. So I suppose this is probably the side that was intended to be the front. It's a little chicken. Can you see the chicken design in there? Probably be easier if I had it flat on a table or something instead of this way. But it's got a chicken design knit into it. And all it is just a combination of knit stitches and purl stitches. This area in here, this is called seed stitch. This is just a knit stitch and a purl stitch and a knit stitch and a purl stitch. When you finish, it leaves this lumpy part, bumpy. It's really, really good for washing dishes. So, and it just makes a cute little pattern. And I've had this for several years. Well, I don't know how many years. And there's an area of it that is starting to come loose, so I need to get a thread and something and repair that so it doesn't totally unravel. There we go. So bye, y'all. See you next time.